Hello, Ryan here, aka Mac, and welcome back to Why Choose This Ship. This is a series in which we look at the many ships of Star Citizen and discuss what kind of gameplay you can expect to see from it and who should own it. As always, a massive thank you to my patrons. If you do want to support the channel further, follow the link in the description below and be sure to hit that subscribe button here, tick in the notification bell so you don't miss out on any more videos. In this episode, we will take a look at the MISC Reliant MAKO. This is a news van or researcher variant of the Reliant family, which is now available in Alpha 3.5. This time we are on Arccorps' second moon, which is Walla, quite a desolate location with, it appears to have very little, if any, atmosphere, but home to many blue crystals, which I'm sure we'll be able to mine soon. It does kind of remind me of Selin, actually, but that is the backdrop. So the Reliant MAKO, like any other MISC ship, was built with the infamous Jean tech, which is said to enable the ship to handle the effects of heat, radiation, and gravimetric effects better compared to its competitors. Not sure exactly what this will do, but when these systems come online, I'm sure we'll see. With the new heat system coming in 3.5, it will be interesting to see if it does have any effect over it. So for the gameplay of the Reliant MAKO, this is going to be used for filming, recording and broadcasting anything it can pick up through its camera array attached on the end of its wing. Basically, the user sits in the co-pilot seat and enters the remote turret-style camera, which provides a feed back to the user. This can then be used to film anything that the crew wants, and I see this being used in a few different sort of roles. Number one is esports. One of the concept images we got to see was the Reliant MAKO following behind a group of racers on the Murray Cup. The Murray Cup is an in-game racing competition, and it was just capturing footage like you would see with F1, but getting maybe better angles and chasing down the ships to really get that close-up. This could also apply to other races, of course, things like the fan-made Daymar Rally, having a few MAKOs flying overhead capturing the race leaders, others recording the pack that's fallen behind because it's a long-distance race. This will obviously require a lot of skill in flying, but also capturing, working together to get the best view without hitting anyone or anything. The other option is as a newscaster. So as they say, it's a news van. This is probably one of the roles I'm looking forward to, using it to get to and capture an event as it unfolds, like a battle or a natural disaster, maybe even something like the UEE fleet moving through systems and so on. Having a team maybe on Spectrum waiting for any information of potential news stories popping up, then telling the MAKO crew, who will then race to the scene and start rolling the cameras. Other areas could just be in capturing general footage of locations and other points of interest. Something I would like to do is maybe doing an inverse nature show, so you could film a herd of planetary fauna in their natural habitat, a bit like David Attenborough, flying alongside as the herd stampedes and then doing a little narrative over the top. But personally, what I would really like to see this capable of doing is maybe running surveillance on other orgs or pirate bases. If you could replace all the components with stealth components, hopefully not to get spotted, it might be a good way of doing it. But obviously ships like the Terrapin or other stealth ships that are designed for that would be a better option maybe. Now, capturing footage is one thing, but what do you do with the footage afterwards is another. So you'll have a suite inside which allows you to edit and arrange the footage into, say, films, much like what I do here on Premiere. Once that's done and you're happy, you will then be able to upload it to Spectrum for all to see. People will then be able to watch it over the mobiGlas on their TV screens, in bars and so forth. I do believe they will also allow for the MAKO to stream the feed, so you could watch the racing live through the MAKO. How all this will work, whether it'll be fun or just tedious, we will have to find out once they begin implementing it, but it's going to be interesting nonetheless. Now inside you have a nice little setup. You've got 2 beds, component access, lots of server blade room required because of its role. It's got a toilet and a shower plus this cool editing station. This, they have mentioned, will have its own unique UI, as will all of the MISC lineup. Think more along the lines of Minority Report computers. We have actually seen a little bit of this in sort of concept from the Reliant commercial, so I'll play that in the background so you get to see. But personally, I am looking forward to seeing what uses we can get out of this little ship. There's a lot of stuff missing from it, which I wouldn't expect to come anytime soon, like the ability to record, edit and broadcast. But one day, when it gets here, I'm sure we'll give it a go. I see this being a 2-man ship with the potential of a 3-man crew, having a pilot doing the flying, a co-pilot doing the recording, and then the guy managing the feed in the back. Like I say, whether it'll be fun mechanics is another thing. Will it be as good or as easy to use than maybe Twitch or Premiere? I doubt it, but CIG may surprise us. Anyway, this is the Reliant MAKO, guys. Do let me know what you think of it. Will you be picking one up in game? Do you own one? Will you be buying one? I do own one, but currently, like with the Reliant Sen and the other Reliants, flying in the current atmosphere is a little weird. That needs to get tweaked a little bit. But be sure to follow me over on twitch.tv/supermacbrothers Ryan. Hit that like button here on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you next time.
Asians.